some of us, this is our 25th Media Day, August Media Day together, so certainly appreciate your efforts and longevity, and appreciate everybody's efforts in covering our team. Sadly, I just wanted to mention a little bit tough to look out, and there are two familiar faces that are missing, certainly with Don Lund and Steve Patterson's passing. And both those guys were very thoughtful, very professional what they did. And I just want to take a moment and recognize them and honor them for the great work that they did, and miss our interactions moving forward here, certainly. The beginning of the new season is always kind of, to me, exciting. I'm sure you're as eager and anxious as we are. I know as coaches and players, I think we all feel the same way, so share some commonality on that for sure. Before I get to football, I will just talk a little bit about the gambling issue. I think as most of you know, there's an ongoing betting investigation going on that is underway currently. And basically, it's an open investigation right now, so not a lot I can tell you. We'll continue to cooperate, and our biggest thing right now is focusing on this season, and we'll handle each case basically individually as they come. Really, when I look at it, there are two basic levels here. You get the DCI involvement, and then, which is obviously significant, but beyond that, as it pertains to our football team, the NCAA involvement also in the rulings that they'll make. So one thing I can tell you, I think it's become pretty apparent that sports betting is common in football in general, just athletics in general. Based on the NCAA survey I saw a couple months ago, it's pretty prevalent on every college campus, not only with athletes, but also just general people. And certainly, as I've learned the last couple months, it's a big part of what's going on just out there in the general public, although it's hardly a new phenomenon. Just a lot more available now. So as I stand here right now, I think, again, the one thing that can't be compromised, the integrity of the game, that's first and foremost. That's got to be protected, and that's where everything should start. We will continue to cooperate. I think everybody involved has done a good job of that. That will be ongoing, and as we move forward, just hope that, whoever's making decisions, they're thoughtful. Hopefully they're making appropriate decisions, and then, being timely would be appreciated as well. So that's basically what I have to say about that. Transition into football, this is 20 plus years of doing this now, and really going the same year, or each year with basically the same thoughts. Probably the one thing that does change in time is you're a little bit more appreciative of just having the opportunity to be in a really good place and have a chance to work with people on all levels, on a daily basis. And I would take that back to my time here in the 80s as well, the 9 years we were here during that period. That really hasn't changed. I think that's what really makes this so enjoyable. And the reality is, coaches are evaluated typically by wins and losses by the outside world. And certainly get that, understand that. That is understood, it's a given. And when we line up, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to win football games. Certainly that's our job, and that's what we're all playing for. It's a goal. But the bigger picture is, really, not many of our guys go on to the NFL. Not many of them have long careers. It's just a matter of statistics, and every one of them have a chance to graduate. And then, basically what we're hoping is as they leave here, they're better prepared for their adult lives. And really the satisfaction, I think, in coaching is when players come back to campus, whether it's a networking event, like the weekend, just, bringing their family by, whatever it may be. And just hearing, the stories, and, hopefully hearing that some way their experience in the program helped them be better adults, better citizens, employees, more importantly, spouses, fathers, those types of things. So that's really what's, I think, what's most enjoyable, and I think the older you get, the more you appreciate that. As far as preseason goes, we're basically 8 days into it now. It was good, visited everybody in Indy, and at that time, a lot of anticipation. You can only meet so long, you can only talk about it for so long. At some point, you got to get going up and get doing it. And so we got together a week ago Tuesday, had our first meeting, hit the field Wednesday, and finished our 8th practice this morning. And as I said back in Indy, basically every season is a new challenge. It's a new start, fresh beginning. I really try to encourage everybody working with the players and our entire coaching staff to look at everybody with a fresh eye. And I think it's especially true in high school and college coaching, although some of that in the NFL as well. But players change, and they change sometimes dramatically, sometimes not as dramatically. But it's really just I think it's a fun part about it, just seeing how they do progress, how they improve, and that's what we're trying to sort out right now. So as I said, Indy, I think we had a good summer program. Now we're 8 days into it and like the way the guys are going about their work. We're certainly not game ready, but I think so far so good, and the guys are moving forward. One thing of note, I think this year is a little bit different. They made note of that back in January, and certainly every conference since that time, with the infusion of transfer players and new players, it's a little bit different dynamic, and it's kind of been enjoyable actually in a lot of ways to work with some new guys. And just one quick reminder, coaches learn from players a lot more than players learn from us. Sometimes just our first day of practice, we got McNamara out there running the offense, and I think probably about 6 or 7 fall starts in the first day. And just dawned on me, he hadn't worked with our team. He didn't work with the team, the full team, back in spring practice. He did 7-on-7 and individual stuff with no teamwork. So, if I was a little smarter, maybe we would have done a cage show or something like that in our meetings. But anyway, we worked through that. But it's just a reminder that when you have new guys coming in, there's a new chemistry, some new equations going on, and I think the guys have done a great job really adding to our football team. So pleased with what I've seen thus far. So just in conclusion, pretty much healthy. You'll see some guys not working tomorrow. It's mostly soft tissue stuff. You expect that. You had preseason camp. There's nothing right now of note, nothing to panic about. So just clue you in on that one. And then bigger picture again. I'm really pleased with the players so far. Their energy's been good, their attention to detail's been good, and I'd say the same thing about the coaching staff. They're doing a great job of teaching our guys. So really it's been a positive 8 days, and what we've got to do now as a football team is finish up tomorrow. We'll do our media day activities this afternoon, meet tonight with this morning's film. Then we need to finish out tomorrow to finish that. It's basically the third block that we've had in our preseason period. So we're hardly ready for game action. You'll see that tomorrow, but I think you'll see a lot of energy. A lot of guys doing some good things out there. And really the challenge is how we run the race here the next 2 weeks. We've got a good base established. Finish up tomorrow, and then hopefully the next 2 weeks. Be 2 different types of weeks, but with school starting here a week from Monday. But nonetheless, really important weeks for us as we get ready for the season. So that's kind of where we're at, and I'll throw it up for questions.